Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Macron urges clear red lines with Russia amid buildup near Ukraine. French President Emmanuel Macron said the international community has to define clear red lines with Russia, in an interview extract released Saturday, adding that countries must be ready to impose sanctions in case of unacceptable behavior. His remarks, made during an interview with the U.S. network CBS, came amid high tensions over a major military buildup by Russian forces along the border with Ukraine. Macron said the world needed to make it clear to Moscow that while it preferred open and frank dialogue, it will not shy from imposing sanctions after any unacceptable behavior. Indeed, we have to sanction. This is what we did after Russia annexed Crimea in 2014, or after a series of crises which happened. And I think we have to define clear red lines with Russia. This is the only way to be credible. He added, I think that sanctions are not sufficient in themselves, but sanctions are part of the package. I do prefer constructive dialogue, but to have a constructive and efficient dialogue, you need credibility. Russia is believed to have deployed tens of thousands of soldiers near its border with Ukraine and in Crimea. Clashes along the border, which had nearly ceased after a ceasefire reached last summer, have recently resumed. On Thursday, U.S. President Joe Biden announced financial sanctions against Moscow and the expulsion of 10 Russian diplomats over a massive series of cyber attacks against U.S. targets, as well as over Russian interference in American elections. In addition, 8 people linked to the occupation of Crimea were sanctioned. But Biden also said he hopes to have a summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin in the coming months. On Friday, Macron and German Chancellor Angela Merkel declared their support for Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and called on Russia to rapidly withdraw its troops from the border region. CBS said it will air the full interview with Macron on Sunday. If you like this video, hit the notification button for more news.